So you're ready to ask for the sale. Your heart is in your throat and your palms are sweating. You go over everything the customer is going to get in the package, you drop the price, and the customer says no. Could be a soft no, could be a hard no, but it's a no. And it's like a knife to the chest. But it is critical to remember that that no isn't a personal rejection. In this episode, I'm going to give you a strategy for how to not take rejection in sales as personal. A little personal story, I used to sell introductory timeshare vacation packages to people walking through the mall. So you want to talk rejection? I know every kind of rejection there is. And it was hard for me to get over it at first, but if you're going to survive in sales and in business, I'm going to be blunt, you cannot take rejection personally. If you do take rejection in sales personally, the first thing I want to do is congratulate you for being human and having a heart. You're going to need that later on to relate to your prospects to turn them into clients. If you have a heart, you're relatable. People buy from people they can relate to. But if you're too sensitive to the customer saying no and you take it as them giving you a personal rejection, it will tear you down. For every one yes, you're going to receive at least 10 no's. When you're first starting out especially, these are about the numbers you can expect. And if you let all of those no's tear you down inside, you'll never get to that yes because you'll be too internally defeated to give a great sales pitch. A great strategy for not taking rejection personally in sales is as follows. Now, keep in mind, you have probably known this person for anywhere from a few minutes to maybe a week. Do they really know who you are? Chances that they know you well enough to give you a personal rejection are slim to none. They can't reject you personally because they do not know you personally. If you're trying to sell them a product or service, the only thing they know is about the product or service you're trying to sell them. So prospects can't really make a character judgment based solely on your product or service. All they know is about what you're trying to sell them and whether they like it or not. So if they say no, it can only be to your product or service. It can't be a personal rejection. Rather than taking sales rejection personally, realize that what the prospect is actually saying no to is not you, but rather your product or service. Once you realize that the rejection is not directed at you as a person, you take a huge weight off your shoulders because if the client says no, it doesn't carry a personal vendetta with it, and now it doesn't hurt. If you're new in the field of sales, it's going to take some time to practice. It's going to take some time to not take a sales rejection as a personal rejection. But it's like anything. You build the muscle and it grows stronger over time. But you have to start with reminding yourself that the rejection is not about you. They barely know you. It's about your product or service. Rejection in sales is not something you should take personally. Quite often the prospect doesn't know you from jackbones, and so they couldn't make a qualified decision about you personally if they wanted to. Therefore, the only possible thing left for them to reject is your product or your service. And if they say no, that's most likely what they're rejecting. Once you realize that rejection is about the product or service you're selling and not about you personally, you can eliminate a large percentage of the fear associated with selling. If you like what you heard today and you want a little more personalized sales training, then join my free Facebook group where we discuss the psychology, confidence, and techniques of selling. You can find the link for that in the description below. And that's it for this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends, and leave a comment.